Hi guys, welcome to Tech Today. Well, we brought you out in the rugged outdoors and I don't usually wear two wearables unless I am reviewing them for you on the show. And that's what we're doing in this particular episode, the Garmin 265 Forerunner, a new product from Garmin. And yes, it looks like a runner's watch, but I just wanted to see whether this can replace my existing wearable, which is usually an Apple Watch, and what are the benefits of using a Garmin watch. And I also want to figure out whether some of that data is helpful for maybe amateur athletes like me who aren't into marathon running, but who also play sports like football, go out swimming. So we need metrics from there. And well, the Garmin has a lot of those sensors, but then how is that data put out to the consumer and how helpful is it? That's exactly what we want to discover on this episode of Tech Today. Well done. See, now that's the beauty of playing the sport of football, but one thing that really doesn't work with the Garmin 265 is it doesn't come with a football mode. Now what that means is you've got to put it in cardio or in indoor running or something like that. We've tried playing football often with that particular mode on the Garmin and the football mode on in the Apple Watch Ultra, and it doesn't always work out the same. That is one thing, as a football fan and someone who plays a lot of sports, I wasn't too happy with the Garmin. They need to come up with a football mode which gets that sort of movement, because if you're a marathon runner or an athlete, then you can run in one direction in one particular pace, one particular speed. But when you are using the Apple Watch, it's non-steady movement in football. So I'm going to run very quickly and then I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to decelerate, I'll pass the ball and run. That's how the best footballers play. And for that, the Apple Watch is a much better companion. Now, of course, this particular watch comes with an AMOLED touchscreen, which is great in brighter environments and in darker environments. But yes, in terms of the display and the user interface, it's not as intuitive as other watches. But once you get used to it, the data that it gives on the Garmin app is unparalleled. Now, another really good feature with Garmin smartwatches happens to be battery life. Yes, this comes with an AMOLED screen, but even if you compare it to an Apple Watch Ultra, which gives you nearly 36 hours of battery life, and this is the expensive Apple Watch, a standard Apple Watch would give you less than 18 hours and then strap it back on to a charging port. The Garmin watch, this particular one, gives you nearly 18 hours with GPS mode on for running. So that's amazing and can give you nearly half a month, 13 to 15 days in standard mode. Now, that's your normal watch mode. Just think about it. Half a month, max to max a couple of days. And this is just the Garmin Forerunner, which is meant for performance athletes and running. If you're talking about the Fenix 7 Solar, which is even more expensive, and we had it exclusively on Tech Today, using solar power, it had a film on top of that Garmin watch, which would then mean that it could last for several weeks without a charge. Just leave it on the windowsill on a nice hot summer day here in Mumbai and it charges itself. That's the sort of technology and innovation we want to see across the wearable space and maybe even across the technology and personal technology space. Now, I told you about training readiness, which is a really cool feature which comes with high-end Garmin watches. It comes with this particular watch as well, which tells you that, hey, your body has recovered, your body battery is so. If you are low, then you need some more time for recovery. It uses a very complex algorithm to give you that metric. But there's also a morning report feature, which I find kind of cool. When you wake up in the morning, it gives you a bunch of things. It tells runners that, hey, what was your previous night's sleep quality? What is the body battery index? HRV status for heart health, recovery time, and of course, it also gives you workout suggestions for this particular training days. And that's why the Garmin is perhaps not a watch just purely for tech enthusiasts, but it is a watch for people who are very serious about their training, running. In fact, we've used the Garmin watch even for our yoga workouts along with the Apple Watch, and they have given nearly 99.9% similar results. So when you're talking about accuracy, if you thought the Apple Watch was the gold standard, not just for running, but for other workouts as well, well, the Garmin watch gives you precisely the same values. Even for heart rate measurement, it gives you almost the same values in terms of BPM. Yes, the Apple Watch has an ECG feature because the Apple Watch is not only directed towards fitness and training. It's also more of a lifestyle gadget and of course a health-centric gadget as well. So there's a lot of things in terms of health metrics that the Apple Watch can do within the Apple ecosystem especially. The Garmin watch is very interesting because in terms of sensors and accuracy and portraying or depicting that data, it does a stellar job as well. Now what's really interesting is while I was doing this particular piece to camera, the Garmin watch just beeped saying time to sunset is another 10 minutes. That means I have 10 minutes to wrap up this shoot. The sun's setting in the background, but we're trying to tell you exactly what this watch is all about. It has all sorts of really cool features as well, especially, like I said, if you're into training and running on a regular basis, even swimming. The Apple Watch does a stellar job. The Apple Watch Ultra is not just for swimming, it's actually for divers, PADI certified divers. This is a certified dive computer and we've shown you the Apple Watch underwater. The Garmin watch does a great job for swimming at least, and that we have tested as well. Let me tell you a few more features with the Garmin watch. Yes, it comes with an AMOLED screen. Yes, it comes with wrist-based running power or running dynamics. It also comes with multi-band GNSS, advanced training metrics, recovery insights, 30+ advanced sports modes, some of them which we've showed you already. If I just tap this button right here, you will get all of these modes like run, track run, treadmill, yoga, HIIT, Pilates. Now just going on with that features list, of course it comes with advanced health monitoring and with music storage of up to 500 songs, smart notifications, and you can also customize the Connect. And given our lifestyles in the media and how we're running from pillar to post to put all this content together and pull off some of the biggest events of the year like the Tech Today Congress, it also tells you how stressed you are. Even if you're in resting state, this often gave me a notification when I was stressing out a little too much, like we all do, we're all human. Final verdict on the Garmin Forerunner 265 at a price of over 50,000 rupees. It's more expensive than the standard Apple Watch, but of course it's cheaper than the Apple Watch Ultra. It gives you a battery life just in watch mode of nearly half a month, and that is praiseworthy about a wearable which costs 50,000 rupees. Now, is this a watch that can replace your standard wearable or an Apple Watch or a Samsung Galaxy Watch? My short answer, unfortunately, is no. This is meant for a very particular, specific type of consumer who is not just passionate about running or training, but is obsessed with it, wants that sort of data, and really doesn't mind being disconnected from the cellular world. The Garmin Forerunner 265 is a very interesting proposition, but yes, I'd wish that they'd be able to put all that data together, put it to better use, and then make it ubiquitous and accessible to all of us enthusiasts.